What's up guys, Melissa and Jesse here from Adventure Endeavor, and in this video we are talking about all of the places that we RV'd to across the US and Mexico in this last year, 2021, to give you some ideas of places where you might want to go.
There are some good ones.
So at the beginning of the year, we rang in 2021 with some friends at a casual impromptu get-together in Quartzite, Arizona.
Which is where we are right now.
Yes, it is almost New Year's again, and we're back here in Quartzite. And Quartzite is like the RVer Mecca for full-timers. It's like a winter...
It's kind of weird. There's really not much to do, but they make it really easy to RV. There's water stations, dump stations, trucks that will pump you out, all that kind of stuff. It's in Arizona, so a lot of stuff is cheap.
There's long-term BLM camping, boondocking,
on the south side of town,
in different parts of town. So they just make it really, really easy here for RVers to come and stay for, you know, a couple weeks to sometimes months at a time. The
best part is that it's nice flat area and it's really easy to get large groups together. So probably one of our favorite destinations, and it's kind of hard to believe that it was this year, was Baja, California, Baja, Mexico. We basically went down there for a month. We borrowed a truck camper from a buddy, threw it in the bed of the Ram, went all the way down to the very bottom, did a huge loop with a few other friends, and it was absolutely incredible. A lot of people are kind of scared to go down there. We have a whole playlist of videos to let you guys know that it is super safe, it's fun, and you should do it.
It's definitely a lot more fun to do with a group of people, so if you have that opportunity, I would definitely recommend taking it. And then in the springtime, we went to Moab, Utah for Easter Jeep Safari, and that was a freaking awesome experience. We went mountain biking there. There's so much to do in Moab. There's Canyonlands National Park, Arches National Park. The town of Moab itself is really cool. There's a lot of off-roading and a lot of outdoor recreation opportunities in that area.
We hope to go back again this year.
And then after that, we meandered our way all the way around Colorado, did a big loop. And we have a couple videos about that as well.
Oh, yeah.
We'll put a link to those down below if you're interested in finding out more details about our specific travels in Colorado. But yeah, we did a giant loop, spent about 6 weeks there.
We did literally everything. We did skiing, off-roading, did a train ride, snowshoeing. Colorado is freaking epic, and there's so many places, and I feel like we barely just scratched the surface, and we spent 5 weeks there.
We went to Breckenridge, Canyon City, what else? Durango, Pagosa Springs, Ouray, Montrose, Grand Junction,
Steamboat.
We went all over.
There's a lot to do in Colorado. You should go.
And then we meandered our way across South Dakota on our way to the Midwest for the summer, and through that state we got our domicile, South Dakota domicile, and we stayed in some county parks that some of them actually have full hookups for really, really cheap or completely free even.
A lot of them were free, yeah. And eventually we made it to Cincinnati, where Melissa's father lives, and we spent about a week there visiting with him, and he showed us the whole area. Cincinnati is incredible.
It's a really great city.
It's weird because it's large, but yet it felt small. Like where her dad lives, we were able to ride our bikes into town, downtown, explore all of downtown, ride our bikes back. So Cincinnati had a lot to offer. We also floated the river, the Ohio. That was incredible.
There's a lot of really good barbecue. What was the name of that one barbecue restaurant we went to?
I can't remember stuff
Lucy's Q.
Lucy's Q.
Got it. Right here, Steel Trap.
Oh my gosh.
And we were super lucky that we happened to be traveling in the Nash this summer, so we were able to actually park in my dad's driveway and then ride our bikes into the downtown, so we were super, super close by.
So the main reason we drove across the country is because we knew we were going to be spending the summer in Michigan and the upper Midwest. Is that a thing? I think it's a thing. I think we decided in a previous video that it's a thing.
Sure.
So the upper Midwest, meaning Michigan and Wisconsin and Minnesota. In Michigan, there is so much to do. One of my favorite things was Torch Lake. We spent the 4th of July on Torch Lake. We were able to hang out with some good friends, stay at their property, and go out on wakeboarding for, 2-3 days. It was absolutely epic. And then we went to Boyne Highlands. It's a mountain bike park. Who would have thought? Michigan. And we had a great time with our friends. There was 4 of us, and we did downhill mountain biking. And it was probably one of the highlights of Michigan. There's many highlights.
I would agree. I really enjoyed Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore.
Yes.
And it was like so beautiful to just go sit out on this like dune that is perched high up over Lake Michigan and just look out over the whole lake. And it's crazy because it looks like an ocean. It's just so vast and enormous. And we watched the sunset over Lake Michigan, and that was like absolutely beautiful. And another favorite activity that we did was Traverse City State Hospital.
Oh, that was so cool.
We did a tour of the hospital grounds.
Scary.
Ooh, spooky. And that was super awesome. A great experience. The tour was actually given by somebody that grew up on the property.
Yeah.
Their parents like worked there when they were a kid, so you got that really unique perspective.
So another great activity up in the Michigan area is obviously Mackinac Island. It's probably one of the most popular things you can do up in that area, and it's basically an island in Lake Huron in between the upper and the lower part of Michigan, right?
Yes, right off the Mackinac Bridge.
There's so much to do on that island. We only did one day. Honestly, I think a weekend or like a few days would be the way to go. Stay in a hotel. Apparently there's great nightlife. There's a lot of restaurants. We ate at one. It was okay. We did the bike ride around the whole island, which I believe is 8 miles. And there's a ton of hiking. Honestly, we were there for a full day, and it just wasn't enough. There's a lot to see.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I expected it to be like a one and done, like, oh, this is going to be super touristy. And like, yes, it was touristy in many ways, but there was also a lot of cool aspects of the island. It's just so awesome that they don't allow any cars there. You know, it's horses and bikes or walking only. And it was just a really unique experience, and I would definitely go back and spend some more time there.
I would go back too.
Our favorite hike that we did in Michigan was the Chapel Basin Trailhead Loop. So that actually took us on a little tiny section of the North Country Trail along Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore, and we got to see beautiful overlook points, and it was a nice summer day. We had a charcuterie board
Oh, that was the best part.
on our hike because we're extra like that.
Oh gosh.
And it was just absolutely beautiful. It was about a 10-mile loop, I think, at the end, all said and done. And that was one of our absolute favorite activities that we did in the Upper Peninsula. It was completely beautiful, and you got to see so many different overlook points along that trail. And we actually did not do the boating to see that side of the cliffs, but we did go out to Grand Island on a shipwreck tour, and were able to view the Grand Island ice caves, which are really impressive and really beautiful in their own right.
In the Upper Peninsula in general, there is a ton of great hikes. The one Melissa just said was a little bit longer hike, which was like you have to commit like almost a full day. But there's a lot of like great after work hikes too, or just like 1 hour, 2 hours, stuff like that, which is great. Marquette. Marquette was a great little town. We absolutely loved it. We went to a couple meals there, we went to a couple breweries, and we went cliff jumping at, what is that place called?
Presque Isle Park, the Black Rocks specifically.
It's like a famous spot to go cliff jump. There was a ton of people out. It was summer, and it was really weird because you cliff jump and it feels like you're in the ocean, but then it's fresh water, which is my kind of water. It was awesome. Go cliff jumping in the Great Lakes.
And it's Lake Superior, which is known for being the coldest, but it actually wasn't that cold that day.
How'd you know? You didn't even go in.
Well, you said it wasn't that cold.
Yeah, it wasn't that cold.
And then we moved right along into Wisconsin and visited the Apostle Islands. That was freaking awesome. We took our boat out, our inflatable boat, and, you know, we're shimmying our way into all of these little caves, and it was freaking cool.
We went sea spelunking. And then also, a few days prior, we hiked the whole ridge. So it's really cool to see the different perspectives. You can hike the ridge, and then you can also take your kayak or boat or whatever you have around all the caves and everything. Make sure you have life jackets. There are rangers there, and they do check quite frequently. That was so cool. That's a highly that might have been one of the favorites up in that. Definitely in Wisconsin's favorite.
Yeah. One of the silly favorite things that we did too was go blueberry picking, because that's kind of the thing that like they're known for up there. And we made blueberry pies, and it was really delicious.
Oh my gosh.
And we're gonna cut to a video of me eating a blueberry pie right now.
No, no.
And then for the summertime, last but not least, we went up to Michigan's North Shore, right?
Minnesota's North Shore.
Minnesota's North Shore.
Which is like a really just a scenic drive all the way, essentially from Duluth, all the way up to the top. Is just super epic. Mm-hmm. They did really fun stuff. Don't worry about what they did. I got a frame for the Jeep. So that was awesome.
Nobody cares about your Jeep.
Junkyard. I went to a junkyard in Minnesota. It was great.
I went to Isle Royale National Park and went backpacking with some of our friends. That was freaking awesome. We saw a ton of moose.
Yeah.
And then a couple of weeks later, we all went and spent our very last weekend together over the summer in Voyageurs National Park, and we got stuck in a rainstorm, and that was great, but it was really beautiful.
Yeah, and we rented a boat, and we ended up not getting the boat, which was totally cool. It made an adventure. Had to sit in our tents like all day, pretty much, because it was raining so dang hard. But it was a great time, and it was a great way to kind of end the summer with friends. Mm-hmm. We still had a super long drive ahead of us. We stayed way too long in Minnesota. So we stayed way too long in Michigan, and that was because we were hanging out with friends, having a great time, and we only gave ourselves roughly 2 weeks to make it all the way back to Southern California to start the Jeep build. But we did our best to see as much as we could along the way. We stopped at Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota. It was only just for a few hours after work, but it was great, and I'd love to go back there and check that out a little bit more. And we made a lot of miles, basically through, we kind of went the more northern route to kind of stay with the cooler temps, and we went through Montana, flew through there, and we made it to Idaho. And one thing that we absolutely loved, the town was really cool. It was very small, but they had a big resort there. It was Kellogg, Idaho. We went downhill mountain biking, and the trails were awesome. My bike broke, unfortunately, but Melissa got to go with some strangers, which just seemed super safe, down this, it's like a 3-mile long gondola that goes up, but then there's a trail that comes all the way down the whole thing, and I'm sure it was epic.
That was an awesome ride. I kept getting a flat tire on the way down, and I had to pump my tire up a couple times, you know, but I made it down, and it was a lot of fun. And then after that, we went and explored Coeur d'Alene, Idaho for the very first time. We've heard so much about it over the years, and we finally got a chance to actually go there, walk around their downtown area, hang out by Lake Coeur d'Alene for sunset. Mm-hmm. It was beautiful. It's a great little town. And
yeah, we got dinner. It seemed like there's a ton of life in that town, ton of restaurants, ton of coffee shops, bars, all that kind of stuff, and it's right there on the lake. Check out Coeur d'Alene. It was really, really cool. We hightailed it to SoCal, and when we got there, we did the Jeep build, and we spent a lot of the fall basically testing the Jeep in Southern California deserts. There's a lot. We spent Thanksgiving with friends in the desert, and that's what we really like, is the desert. I don't know why. Like, we just love it.
Yeah, as much fun as we had in the Midwest, we absolutely loved the desert. We loved the open, expansive views, and we definitely missed that aspect of it when we were in the Midwest with just trees everywhere. So yeah, that's pretty much what we've been doing for the last couple of months, preparing for next year where we're going to be welcoming a baby into our family. And then hopefully, you know, after the baby comes, we'll be spending next summer in the Pacific Northwest. So we'll just have to see how that all goes. And
we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. But we spent the holidays with family this year, and now we are back, coming full circle in Quartzite, Arizona yet again.
I don't know what it is about this place. But anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. We hope it gave you some ideas. If you have any questions about any of these places, or any ideas or comments or concerns, you can keep those to yourself. But if you have any questions, and if you're looking for advice, we will do our best to answer them in the comments down below. And like always, thanks so much for watching.